2.2 Expanding and simplifying algebraic expressions. Our learning intention is to expand and simplify algebraic expressions. A success criteria: I can expand and simplify algebraic expressions using CAS, and I can efficiently use CAS for algebra techniques. Expanding an algebraic expression means that the grouping symbols or brackets are removed. The distributive law is used and every term in the bracket is multiplied by the term outside the bracket. Remember to take care with multiplication of positive and negative terms. So A, open bracket, B plus C equals A times B and A times C. So what we've done is we've taken our outside term, we've multiplied it by the first term and by the second term to get AB and AC. Now, if this was A, B take C, it would be A times B minus, or actually let's go this way first. We'll do plus A times negative C to get us AB minus AC. As you can see here, we've got a positive and a negative. Remember, a positive times a negative gives us a negative. If there was a negative out the front there, it would be much the same concept, just multiplying a negative number into the bracket. Remember that multiplication signs are omitted in algebra, i.e. AB means A times B. If there is more than one bracket in the expression, expand each bracket separately, then simplify by collecting the like terms. And note that negative, open bracket, 3x minus 4, close bracket, is equal to negative 1 multiplied by, open bracket, 3x minus 4, close bracket, equals minus 3x plus 4. So what they've done, because there's nothing at the front there, it's an imaginary 1. We don't need to write the 1 when we're we're talking algebra. All right. So I've added in this slide. If you guys have followed the slides already, you'll see that the next slide is, in fact, CAS instructions. But I wanted to show you by hand the calculations for each of these. Then I wanted to show by hand the calculations and then go through the CAS instructions. Oops, wrong, I wanted blue. Okay, A. 3A take 4. Yep, probably don't need... Oops, what am I doing? There we go. Don't need the bracket in front of the 3. My error. Okay, so we start by multiplying each group of terms. I don't even know what colour I'm using tonight. So 3 times A. And then we keep the operation here, which is plus 3 times negative 4. We keep working through. 3 times A is 3A. And then, as I said before, we've got one positive and one negative term, meaning that we end up with, negative 12. So plus 3 times minus 4 equals negative 12. Part B, minus 4m, open bracket, 2m, take n, plus 3. So doing it all step by step, start with the first one, then the second, then the third term. So minus 4m times 2m, then we do minus 4m again times minus n, and then minus 4m again times 3. Now you're still only working through each term separately. Don't get overwhelmed and confused when you see so many terms. So the first one is minus 4 times 2. We just start with the coefficients or the numbers. We don't go, oh, okay, what's minus 4m times 2m? And suddenly you're overwhelmed. Work with just the coefficients first. Work with just the numbers. So you've got minus 4 times 2 gives you minus 8. m times m, and we know that m times m equals m squared, so we end up with m squared. Then we do the next group, minus 4. Now remembering, I don't have a number here, so there's an imaginary 1. Minus 4 times minus 1, 2 negatives makes a positive. 4 times 1 is 4. And m times n is mn. Our last group of terms, minus 4 times positive 3 gives us minus 12, and I only have one pronumeral, which is m. Done. To tidy it up a little bit, we can either keep the negative at the front, but to tidy it up, we just we go, all right, let's look for the first positive term. Let's move it to the front. So it's not going to affect anything. 4mn, exactly the same. Then I'm going to put this guy in here, so minus 8m squared, and then tack on the last one, minus 12m. I haven't changed the equation at all. I've just moved a positive number to the front, or a positive term to the front, so that it looks a little bit neater. All right, on to part C. We have 2x 5y minus 3 minus 4x plus y. Where are my brackets? There we go. Now remembering I don't have a number here, so I've got an imaginary 1 at the front here. And we're going to multiply the first ones. We will go back to the second ones in a minute. So, silly pen. 2x by 5y plus 2x minus, by minus 3. Let's try and neaten that up a bit. By minus 3, that's better. Now we're using, remember, minus 1 by 4x and minus 1 by y. Remember, we're only doing one group of terms at a time. So every time you see this operation, you stop. So these guys here. 2 times 5 is 10. X times y is xy. Next group of terms. Minus 2 times 3 gives you minus 6. And x. We don't have any other pronumeral, we just stick the x back in. Third group of terms. Minus 1 times 4 gives you minus 4, and only the one pronumeral again, which is x. And on the last one, minus 1 times y. Oops, I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to put it as minus 1y. Then when we simplify, I'm going to get rid of this guy here, because we don't need the one hiding in there. Now, 10xy. Are there any other xy's in this? No. We keep that there. Next term. Are there any other x terms? Yes. Minus 6 minus 4 gives us minus 10, x. So now's the time that we can start simplifying our terms. And then we go minus y. That is our answer. 10x, y minus 10x minus y. Okay, moving on to our last slide. Using CAS, expanding and simplifying algebraic expressions. So we can do this by hand. And my recommendation is you do learn it by hand, because what happens if you're in the middle of an assessment and the calculator battery dies? You're kind of stuffed. If you at least know the basics and can start expanding, even if you can't simplify it all, if you can expand it and give me half a sum or half an equation, you're more likely to get a few marks. Okay, so we're going to work on just A here. Expand and simplify each expression. I will go into further detail in the other video on CAS instructions, showing you how to do this step by step when I record my screen, my computer screen, not my iPad screen. So we press the on button. It's probably honestly the most challenging thing we need to do. Press new document and then choose a calculator page, which off the top of my head is number 1. Then we press the menu button. So if you're looking at your CAS, it's on the right hand side just below that document button. We choose number 3. So we can either scroll down to number 3 or you can press the number 3. It's completely up to you. And when we do that, we get this menu here. The very first menu: actions, number, algebra, calculus, probability, statistics, matrix, and I think that says vectors underneath it, finance and functions. We need algebra. This is our topic at the moment. We then choose number 3 on the next menu, which pops up automatically once you've chosen algebra, and you're after expand. What the CAS calculator is going to do for you is expand this expand this expression. It won't solve x for you at this point. That's later on. But at this point in time, it's going to expand it and simplify. So it'll come up with expand. EXPAND. It'll have brackets. You then type in exactly what your formula is. 3 open bracket a minus 4 close bracket. Then you press enter. This will give you the same answer that you had. Let's flick it back a page. 3a minus 12, 3a minus 12. Done. Solved. The calculator did it for you in almost as long, if not, almost as short, if not shorter, than what you did by hand. Once you learn to navigate the CAS, you can knock over these questions pretty easily. It's just knowing what to put into the CAS and knowing where all the letters are. Any further issues with CAS, have a look on my other video.